Welcome back to another edition of Strengthening Oklahoma. This edition of Strengthening Oklahoma brought to you by Pub W. Whether it's brunch, lunch, happy hour, or dinner, Pub W has it all. Visit pubw.com to find a location near you. Final month of our interviews, you get a chance to chat with our great athletes here at Strengthening Oklahoma. Welcome to the show, a man getting himself ready for the Senior Bowl, Mr. Jalen Redmond. Jalen, how we doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing?
Oh, we're doing awesome. How's the body feeling? I know at the end of the year and throughout the year, trying to keep yourself healthy. How you feeling currently right now, man?
I'm feeling good right now. Feeling real good. Started back working out, so feeling good. Everything's good.
That's good to hear, man, because I remember, before the season, one of the things you talked with us about was just making it through a season fully healthy.
Yeah.
Right. And I know that, you got banged up a little bit with the knee, but you were able to keep playing, didn't have to miss any games. So how'd you feel about the season? Right. We'll get to you opting out of the bowl game and all that stuff here in a little bit, but how'd you feel about the season and how it went for you personally?
I feel good. Obviously, I feel like I could have had a better season. But I feel like I did the best I could. The team wise, I feel like we did good. We had up and downs all season, but I feel like all that brought us closer together as a team. And I feel like we needed that. A lot of us have never lost that many games in our career that we've been playing, and it helps you get stronger, man. That's all I got to say about that. But it was good. It was a good, growth, growing pains, basically.
Yeah, no question. So you opted out of the bowl game. Congratulations on the Senior Bowl invite, but you opted out of the bowl game. Walk us through kind of what goes into that decision? How did you come to that determination that's what's best for you moving forward?
Really, just after getting the senior invite, I thought about it, and I feel like it was just no need for me to play in it. Like I said, biggest thing was to get through the season injury free, and we did that, make that happen. So I feel like this bowl game just wasn't necessary for me to play in.
So did you have a conversation with the coaches? Did you talk to your teammates? Like how much information did you gather when it comes to making that decision?
Yeah, I talked to Coach. I talked to Coach Bates about it, and I talked to all my D line guys. And after I think it's after take game, and I let them all know that I was like, I don't know yet, but I was still on the fence for a little bit about it. I think I thought about it for like that whole week, and I was still on the fence about it. I told them I didn't know if I was gonna play yet. I think I'm still gonna play in it. And I ended up coming up with a decision after talking to my parents, and I was just like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do it. So I had to let Bates know. It was a hard conversation, but he understood, and all my D line guys, they understood too. So it wasn't that hard. They was like, I understand, they understand the decision and everything. So it was like everybody's on the same page with it.
You talked, as Gabe mentioned earlier in the year, just staying healthy. How much previous injuries, even the injury to the knee at the end of the year, how much did that play a role in not wanting to play and just trying to be as healthy as you can be for the Senior Bowl, combine, everything as you gear up and get ready to go through this draft process?
Oh man, it played a big role. Like I said, all the injuries I done dealt with in the past, and even the little knee now, it's gotten better. But I'm still gonna get it checked out just to make sure there's nothing crazy wrong with it. And it was a big road, man. I'm happy I made it through. The little knee, we can work through that. But I haven't went nothing serious like any of my other ones in the past where I had to either go under the needle or something. I mean, under the knife, or just not play at all from other just natural causes or whatever it was wrong. But I mean, it's good right now. I'm healthy, ready to go, get ready, train for this and get ready for the Senior Bowl.
So, I mean, you mentioned you already started working out. Are you still in Norman? Have you traveled somewhere? Like, has your agent set you up
Mhm.
somewhere and you started training? And normally it's Arizona or California. What's life like right now, man?
Right now, I'm still in Norman. I graduate this weekend, so after
Congratulations.
that, thank you. Yes, I still got to be here. I got stuff to finish, and I think I got like a final Friday or something. So be here until graduation, and after that, I'll be training in Arizona. I'll be up out of here then.
That's awesome. Congratulations on getting your degree. That's
Thank
it's quite the accomplishment. You'll be very proud of yourself forever doing that. What are you trying to work on as you get ready for the Senior Bowl? Like any certain areas of your game that you're really going to focus on? Is it more just trying to get bigger, faster, stronger, or are there actual, techniques, fundamentals, things that you're really trying to hone in on before you head there to Mobile?
Oh well, for Senior Bowl, I really want to get in great shape, so I'm not out there. I can get through everything and not winded. So that's my biggest thing is to just get in good shape. But after that, work on my run block and things like that for the next level. But for Mobile, it's really just getting my body in shape. I want to lean out, so try to lean as much as I can before I get there.
So that's interesting, right? Because have you had a conversation with your agent and what he's been here? Like, what do you think your position is at the next level? Because it always felt like you were kind of in between being a D tackle and being a D end. Like, what have you been told about maybe how you project in the National Football League?
Well, before I was told like ends five, but I don't know if I kind of like that three tech. I don't know which way it's gonna go. Honestly, he actually asked me yesterday like what did I want to weigh when I go to the Senior Bowl, and I told him it just depends on if I'm getting that three tech or however they're gonna use me. So if I'm in three tech, I want to be kind of where I'm at right now, so I can hold the point. Because when I was doing it at 285 and 280, it just didn't look it didn't look good for that running and just trying to stop the run and anything. So hopefully it's at three tech, but wherever it is, I'm all for it.
Man, I see you as a three technique at the next level. Weight you're kind of shooting for, I mean, is like 295 ish, 290. Is that kind of a weight that you'd like to see yourself at?
Yeah, that's what I played at all season. So yeah, like I said, just keeping that weight on and try and lean it up, lean it out.
Right. Yeah. Well, that'll be the Senior Bowl, man. It can be the best of times, it can be the worst of times. Just have your mind right, get ready to work. Because I'm sure a lot of people will tell you, a lot of people there trying to make a name for themselves, make some money, and it's a great opportunity. When you first got that phone call, how fired up were you? That's a big deal to get a Senior Bowl invite.
Oh man, I was excited, man. I didn't know if I was gonna get it or anything, and it was crazy. I was just seeing like Isaiah and Perion and them go to it last year, and how it helped Perion so much. It was just it was just a big deal for me, and I'm excited to be there. I'm excited to go and participate in that. So
You mentioned clearly the previous injuries played a big role in you deciding to opt out of the bowl game and just get ready for the Senior Bowl. But it sounds like some of the guys that you played with that had success in the game, success in the Senior Bowl last year, like that played a role also.
mhm, yeah. What you mean played a role in
Like in you saying, you know what, I I don't need to
not
play in the
playing
Cheez-It
it?
Bowl. Let's just get ready for the
Yeah,
Senior Bowl because those guys
they
improved their
didn't do
stock
it.
so much.
Yeah, and they did, and like I said, hell, Perion, he went out and got the freaking MVP. I mean, he balled out at that game. So feel like I got to do, try to do the same and do the same, not try. I'm going to say do it.
No, no question. Well, best of luck in that. I guess, we'll get to a couple fan questions, but as you're done at Oklahoma, just kind of with some fans watching and getting a chance to hear from you, before you move on your next role, but just your feelings and your thoughts about your time at Oklahoma, man.
Oh man, my time in Oklahoma has been amazing. It's college, so you go through a lot of ups and downs here, and just with your mental and stuff, emotions. But all around, my experience has been great. I'm happy I spent the 5 years I did here, and I'm just happy to be a Sooner, man. I wouldn't say it wasn't a dream when I was younger because it wasn't my dream school, but when I got older and started taking visits, it grew on me. And I'm happy I made the decision to come here and I wouldn't change it.
Love it. And the last question I have is, what was it like playing in this defense? Brent Venables' defense, Coach Bates coaching you with all the respect and, his reputation. What was it like this season just playing in this new defense under that new staff?
Oh man, it was good because it was hard. And and I feel like one of the Clemson guys came to one of our practices, one of his former players, and he was just telling us like this is probably as complex as it get for running plays and things like that. So I'm happy that we went through it. It was challenging, changing plays every week, and had to learn new plays here every week for each opponent. And I felt like it had me ready for the next level. So, and based on the hand, Bates taught me so much just in 1 year. I couldn't imagine if I had him for the 4 years with all I could know, and picked up from knowledge wise.
That's great. Yeah, it's definitely a complex scheme, and yeah, it will definitely get you ready for the next level, no question. Let's get some fan questions in here. Fan questions brought to you by Love's Travel Stops. Visit loves.com for more information on the nation's leading travel stop network that's headquartered right here in the great state of Oklahoma. Sam H. would like to know, what was your favorite game of the season, Jalen?
Ooh. The OSU game. Got to be OSU. Last game under the lights, last game in the Palace, OSU for sure.
And it certainly helps that the defense played really, really well.
And yeah, we did. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that was a fun night, man. There's no doubt. And that has been we've asked that question to several guys, and it's funny, all the guys on defense keep saying Bedlam. It's interesting.
Yeah, man, play a role. We did. No. Like we did.
Yeah, that was a fun one. All right, this last one comes from Laura L. Earlier in the interviews that we've done with you, you've mentioned you love laughing. You're a jokester, right? She wants to know, what was the funniest moment for you this season?
Ooh, that's tough. Oh man, the funniest moment. We have so many when we all just together. Jesus. Yeah, I can't think of it. Just all of us being together. It's always a laugh, and they always top tier funny. I can't think of an exact moment, and like I was trying to think of traveling wise or something that happened, but I can't think about it. But all of us just being together, and I feel like this team was just so close knit. All the other teams then been here. I don't think we ever been like this knitted together and where we hang out outside the locker room all the time. But I think that's got to be the best thing. Just all been together, talking about the past and talking about BV.
Yeah, man, it definitely seems like as close, tight-knit group as there's been in a while. There's no question about that, man. It's kind of been universal for most of the guys, which is great. Those are memories that you're going to hang on to for a very, very long time. Jalen, man, it's been an absolute pleasure. We appreciate you. Best of luck. And hopefully you can train the way you want and get yourself ready for the Senior Bowl, man. We'll be watching. We'll be rooting for you.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
All right, big thanks to Jalen for joining us. And now it's time for me and my man Gabe to break it down. The breakdown brought to you by the Oklahoma Proton Center, one of the top cancer centers in the region using state-of-the-art proton therapy. Oklahoma Proton Center, more than a cure, quality of life. Jalen Redmond. Best of luck to him. There's a chance his best football is ahead of him. He's going to always remind me of one of the ultimate flash guys. He flashed a lot. And you just said, man, if you could just do that all the time and be consistent, you'd have a chance to be great. And you can tell it's there. The quick twitch, the pass rush, the loose hips, being able to flip and get to an edge on an offensive lineman, but a lack of being able to stay healthy and just stay on the field really hindered his career. And I just think even at times this year, just a lack of consistency. If he can figure out a way to stay healthy, figure out a way to be a more consistent player, he's got the tools to play at the next level. Like, to me, there's no question. But those are two big factors that I thought really hindered his development at Oklahoma. And we'll see if he can shake those and get past those at the next level. But I wish him nothing but the best.
Yeah. And he's always been a pleasure to be around. Just kind of a goofy dude. And for me, he's one of the biggest, like, what if players we've had at Oklahoma in a while. What if he stayed healthy? What if they found kind of his position a little earlier? There's just a bunch of what ifs for Jalen Redmond. And man, I hope it goes well at the Senior Bowl, right? Because, and I completely understand why he made the decision that he made, but you mentioned, like he mentioned, all the fun, all the memories, like just being with the guys. Well, you're missing out on those.
Yeah. With
the Cheez-It Bowl and what that week will be, right? And you're hoping that it ends up all being worth it by getting ready for the Senior Bowl and having a huge week in Mobile. So I'm hoping that trade-off ends up working out for him in a big way. But there's going to be quite a few teams that look at his medical and go, nope. And he's got to go have a great week to overcome some of the injuries that he's had, because that's a big part of the draft evaluation process.
Yeah. And, the blood clots that hindered him really early on, like all that's going to get brought up. All that's going to come into play. And so, again, wish him nothing but the best. It's interesting. And I'm past the point of criticizing guys for not playing. I do appreciate guys that do play, more so than I criticize players that don't. But like, to your point, my last year we played in the Holiday Bowl. Now I had played in the Cotton Bowl. I played in the Rose Bowl. I played in National Championship. My last year we played in the Holiday Bowl. And that year it was one of the worst years. It was the worst year Bob Stoops had had since he'd been head coach, minus the first year. But from 2000 to 05, I think we had 4 losses. We started out 2-3. And at that time in college football, way back then, 17 years ago, opt-out wasn't even a thing. Like, it wasn't something that was discussed, talked about. I don't believe it would have mattered for me. I was going to the Senior Bowl. I was in the Senior Bowl. And I remember that week in San Diego, and more so the game and beating a number 6 Oregon team. And it's one of my favorite, maybe my favorite bowl experience. And that's including a Rose Bowl championship, a Cotton Bowl championship back in my backyard. But just remembering how tough that season was and how we came together and finished it on such a high note. Again, I'm not criticizing Jalen or any of these guys that want to go do what they want to do. That is the other side of it, though. You do get to gain those memories, those feelings It's not a guarantee you're going to go out there and get hurt. You know, you could go out there and play really well against maybe the best offensive line you played and put out better tape. So that's the other part of it too, that I understand it's easy to look at, well, by not playing, I'm giving myself a better opportunity to, you know, put myself in position to be as healthy as possible at the Senior Bowl, which gives me the opportunity to make as much money as I can. And that's fine. But you can also make money by opting in and playing well in that bowl game. And you can create unbelievable memories and moments for yourself. And that's the one thing that I think that gets lost in this for a lot of guys. And that's okay. Hey, it's their life. It's their business. It's their decision. I respect it. But I also know my own personal story. I know my own personal experiences, and I wouldn't give up that 2005 Holiday Bowl for anything because it still to this day means a lot to me.
You think I'd give up that Sugar Bowl against Bama for anything?
Hell no.
Yeah, I mean, that was my last college game, and I went Sugar Bowl, East-West Shrine game into a Senior Bowl invite into the Combine.
Yeah.
So you can do it all, man. I mean, but it is even, you know, going back to when I played, that was not a conversation. That was not a decision back in, you know, the end of 2013, the start of 2014. That just wasn't a thing. Now it's very much
how crazy it's changed.
Thing.
Like, so different.
No, but that week in New Orleans in that game, like that night, not only the game, but then afterwards, you know, seeing not only my teammates, but like all you guys, all the alums that came back at us, all having fun together. Like, it's one of the best 5 nights of my life. Like, no doubt. Incredible. And I was there. You know, you were there in full force, my friend. And there. That is, you know, that's something that and maybe the bowl games don't mean as much now. Maybe that's something also to think about. But you know, you got to make tough decisions in life, man. And I'm not going to judge these guys either way. But yeah, you not playing in those bowl games, you can miss out on some awesome memories that you can have for the rest of your life.
No question. And with that, I think outside of Jalen, most of the defense is intact. I mean, I know there's some guys not playing offensively, but defensively, unless I'm missing something as far as starters go, everybody else, to my knowledge, is going to be there. So that's good. I mean, I think it's a good sign. They're going to need it. They're going to need to all opt in and be ready to play because that Florida State offense is going to present some challenges. But that to me, and you know, talking earlier this week with Ethan and his mindset, like that defense is going to have to be dialed in, locked in, and ready to roll because they've got a very big challenge and a big opportunity sitting right there in front of them. So can't wait to see exactly what that looks like. I think we have to mention, since we're talking D-line, you know, what happened yesterday or earlier this week on Monday with, you know, Deshaun McCullough committing to Oklahoma. That's huge, man. I'm just going to be real. That's a big deal. And his younger brother who plays safety, which is great too. Both are supposed to be really good players. The younger brother is coming out of high school, so he'll be a freshman. But I know at least Deshaun McCullough, the highest rated player in the history of Indiana football, 6'5", 225, long, rangy, had 4 sacks as a true freshman. From what I'm told, offers some real position versatility and flexibility, could move him around and have him play maybe in some different areas on the field. That was not insignificant, getting the McCullough brothers, but especially a front 7 player that'll have a chance to potentially be a difference maker. I mean, he's got the measurables of an elite type of dude. So I was very excited to see that on Monday when the McCullough brothers both committed to Oklahoma. It was somewhat expected, but for it to actually be official, that's a big deal for Oklahoma defensively moving into this offseason.
There's no doubt. And I know the staff is fired up about it. You look at some of the stuff he was able to do as a true freshman in Indiana, you can see the glimpses of what he can be. And I can only imagine Jerry Schmidt is looking at that guy going, oh, here we go. Like he's 225, probably 230 right now. And who knows what he ends up looking like physically. I think he's a guy that, he's just scratched the surface with the physical tools that he's got. Now it's up to this strength staff and this coaching staff to get him right physically and to put him in positions to succeed. And I trust Jerry Schmidt, and I certainly trust Brent Venables to have McCullough in some impactful positions for that defense. But yeah, we've talked about it all year long. Needed to upgrade the talent on the roster.
Yep.
And that certainly adds a body type and a skill set that we just haven't seen from anyone on the roster.
You need it.
Gotta have it.
And the portal took us away last year. You had some players in return, obviously. And there's been some other players that have committed via the portal. This, by far, to me, at least early on, the biggest name so far to come through in the portal for the staff. So on the defensive side of the football. So I thought that was significant and something that I think Oklahoma fans should be very, very excited about. Long, lean, and very athletic. You can use as many of those type of players as humanly possible on the defensive side. And that's what it feels like they just got with Hassan McCullough, the Indiana transfer portal commitment. All right. Big reminder, be sure to visit crimsoncreamcollective.com. You can select the subscription that is right for you and continue to help support Oklahoma football, Oklahoma athletics with the good people there at the Crimson and Cream Collective. Big thanks as well to Muse Grow Strategies for continuing to help us spread the word about strengthening Oklahoma. It's been a heck of a run. We've enjoyed every step of the way, and we've enjoyed you guys being there for every single step of the way. As we do at the end of every episode, we thank you, we appreciate you, and we'll see you again next time right here on Strengthening Oklahoma.